What's up, guys? Welcome back to Weekly Game Talk, Kinda OP. I'm Jeff.
I'm Chris.
This week we have a little bit of news. We're going to do kind of our usual intro, walk through some things, and then Chris is kind of taking over the show idea for the week, so he has some stuff that he wants to go through. We'll talk about that when we get to it, but first things, what's been going on?
Not much, same old. Assassin's Creed. I know I kind of said that the last couple of videos, but surprisingly, I jumped from like video game to video game to video game.
Yeah.
But I think Assassin's Creed Black Flag is kind of becoming like a comfort game. Just you know, roaming the seas, crashing ships, getting loot. So yeah, that's just what I've been on lately. How about you?
Yep. Same thing. Probably not as far as you are. We had some stuff come up recently that kind of cut into my time, and then work and stuff has been kind of crazy. So we're trying to find the time to catch up. We should have some time this weekend to kind of get that taken care of. We got to get some stuff beat. We got Orbitals coming out. We got Wolverine coming out. Silent Hill coming out. There's a lot within the next month.
September is busy.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of different stuff. But, yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy. You had some news you wanted to kind of talk about?
We don't have any official news yet, but I know the D23 thing is tonight. I've been hearing a lot of rumors about some Kingdom Hearts stuff releasing, which is exciting, because I think it's been so many years without any news, and now they're just giving it to us all at once.
Yeah.
I know Square Enix and everything, they released something saying that, Kingdom Hearts is one of their 9 billion-dollar franchises, which is surprising to me because I feel like they don't put out enough for it to be that high, but maybe with action figures or clothing or something.
Well, people don't really understand it until you talk about it, but there's probably 10 plus games out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 3 in numerical order, and then there's 7 or 8 that are outliers that are
mobile
there as well.
Games.
Yeah. So there's all that stuff too. So hopefully we get something good. Hopefully it's a little bit more explaining what direction it's going in.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll pick up directly after Kingdom Hearts 3. I have no idea what the hell was going on anyway. So,
is there anything that you're hoping for in the next installment? Because I have one thing in mind, and I know there wasn't a whole lot of Final Fantasy characters in 3.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any. I thought there was some beef going on with the Kingdom Hearts guys saying, "Oh, we don't need Final Fantasy characters to make our game good." I think that's what I heard, which is why they weren't present in number 3. But dude, seeing Cloud and Sephiroth fight in number 2 and everything, and Leon being such a huge part of the games in general, I would really love to see if they can squash their beef and bring some more of those characters back.
Yeah, my only thing is I've heard a lot of rumors that they're probably going to do away with. There might be less Disney stuff.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be a more serious thing. Nobody knows. It's just that's the very popular speculation right now. So.
If they get rid of Donald and Goofy, we might have to riot.
I mean, maybe not that, but maybe as far as the worlds, I mean, it'll be less of every world being like that and stuff like that. But
that's disappointing because I feel like there's a lot of new Disney worlds that they could probably go to.
Yeah, they recycle a lot of them sometimes, so that'd be good.
Yep. But all right, well, that drops tonight. We'll keep you guys posted, and maybe we'll touch on it some more next week.
Yep.
You want to jump into this week's game shout-outs?
Yep.
All right, I'll go first. So this is a game where I feel like it was a flash in the pan, that it came kind of quick and went kind of quick. I don't remember being on this game for years and years. I just remember having so much fun on this game.
Yeah.
And the multiplayer was great. That's basically what it is. The shooting aspect and just the gimmick of a Titan. I'm talking about Titanfall. This game was awesome. It was fully multiplayer. You got this special, somewhat a little bit into the round where you can drop a Titan on people and in the middle of nowhere, and then you can get inside the Titan and battle other people with Titans.
Yeah.
Such a cool concept, such a cool game, such a cool shooter. So good, in fact, the second one put in a story mode.
Yeah.
So I never got around to playing the second one, but yeah, man, it was such an amazing game. I remember us having so much fun on it. And yeah, I mean, do you have anything to say about it?
Yeah, it was just the dynamic of you could be on the ground battling people human versus human, and then right behind you could be 2 mechs going at it.
Yep.
Or 2 Titans, they call them, and it's just when you're in those suits, you see little people running around, and when you are the people, you see these giant
Yeah.
mechs like looming over you. So I did play the second one. I think I beat the story part of it, but I didn't do a lot of the online.
Okay.
But yeah, it was one of those things where like you said, it came and went quicker than probably it should have.
Yeah, man.
Definitely a great game.
Yeah, and EA, Respawn, great companies. Like, yeah, unfortunate, we didn't get a third one or more of it. But yeah, it's a great game. I don't know if the servers are still online. I wanted to shout it out because I remember so many good memories. And I was just looking through my collection. And I was like, man, first off, we haven't picked a lot of Xbox games.
Yeah.
And second, Titanfall is so cool. Got to give it its own shout out. But yeah, that's mine. I see you got a hefty boy over there.
Yeah, so speaking of Xbox games, this is another non-Xbox game. Final Fantasy Rebirth. This is an extra super mega deluxe edition. This is Final Fantasy VII will always be my favorite game of all time. Ocarina of Time is up there. There's a bunch of games that are up there. Kingdom Hearts 2. This game, I don't remember having this much fun playing a game. I put so much time into this. Remake was pretty good. This was like 100 times better as a sequel. The characters, seeing all the polygonal designs come to life and be real, and the worlds are amazing. Probably some of the best music in any game I've played in recent memory.
Yeah.
I put so much time into this. I started platinuming it. I missed something kind of far back, and then I was like, man, I don't know if I want to go all the way back and do this. I'm really hoping that the third installment is even better. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Moving into a more open world environment, but I know these games are hard to recommend to people. This is one of those things where like you could recommend The Last of Us or God of War to pretty much anybody. Games like this are a little more difficult. People hear Legend of Zelda or Final Fantasy or things like that, and they automatically think like Skyrim. They automatically think like, man, that's too nerdy for me. Like I'm not. You hear the Final Fantasy name, and it's kind of hard for new people to get dragged in, but. Definitely something that I think if you play it and you do like it in the least little bit, the story will pull you in. Just an amazing game.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys know we're no strangers to bringing Final Fantasy up in the podcast and everything. So, but we have tattoos of this game on us. It's just so beloved by us. The music, the characters, everything, and like you said, I won't say it is better than the original because I like the original as a whole, and it's just one game.
Complete, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the stuff that they're doing in the remakes is just crazy, and I'm interested too to see if they can stick the landing, especially with some of the story changes that we still don't fully know the answers to with characters like Zack and everything. So, I mean, we're not too far off to seeing what the final chapter holds. So,
cool, good. So, do you want to kind of
so
fill me in on what we're doing here?
Yeah, so basically, throughout the week, I was just thinking of like certain questions, and I was like, man, this would be a great question to ask like a video game head and nerd and everything. And you're my brother, you're one of the biggest ones I know, so I kind of wrote a lot of these questions for you in mind. I had 15 questions. He doesn't know any of them, and we can talk about each one, in depth, or you can give me a quick answer, whatever you want to do. But I think they're very good questions. I just want to see like your answer to them.
Yep.
All right, you ready?
Let's go.
All right, so question number 1. Do we think Wolverine will be as good or even better than any of the Insomniac Spider-Men? And if so, which ones?
I don't think it will.
No?
I think they did it first, and I think they're going to do it best. I'm not one of those people where like the blood and gore reels them in. Like a lot of people are like, it's like so much more mature. I like the playfulness of Spider-Man, like the immaturity, and I don't want to run everywhere.
Yeah.
Like the web slinging is part of the magic, the different abilities. Like I just think I love Wolverine. I'm an X-Men guy, but I just feel like the Spider-Man games are just top tier.
I think if anything, we can get more shock and awe with Wolverine.
Yeah.
Especially with who they might bring into the game, because there's so many X-Men, so much going on. Spider-Man, that's enough. You know,
Yeah.
you can give me Spider-Man, I'll play a Spider-Man.
And you know
all day
the
long.
villains, you know who's
Yep.
probably going to show up. With the
Yep.
X-Men, if
X-Men, there could be a cliffhanger at the end where we see Nightcrawler pop in and be like, dude, that was so cool.
Yeah,
We're getting
yeah.
a Nightcrawler thing.
yeah,
You know, Spider-Man, you know, I think they rely heavy on like the shock value or teaser for like a villain next.
right,
This,
right,
it's like, man, what other heroes are we going to see?
right.
All right, question number 2. Talking about Assassin's Creed, now that you're playing Assassin's Creed, is there a time period that you really want them to do, or one that you're excited to jump into after Black Flag, obviously?
I am really excited about the most recent one, the Samurai.
Okay, yeah.
I think like of all the most recent games and areas, like the Ghost games are like super amazing. I love that era. I love the weapons, the style of fighting, the landscapes. They can do so much with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the one that's on the radar probably.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks for us Assassin's Creed fan because like we've been asking for like a Japan setting for so long, and I think they did it after the hype was over. But all right, cool, yeah. All right, so getting into question number 3. Are you familiar with Beast of Reincarnation, the Game Freak game? So with Beast of Reincarnation showing us Game Freak is capable of making such beautiful games, do you question why Pokemon games still kind of look like they're a few generations behind? Because this was a big thing for me. I think this was a big thing.
So my thing with Pokemon isn't that it doesn't look graphically superior. My thing with Pokemon is there's a lot of glitches and errors and hiccups. Like the quality isn't where it should be. It's not that the graphics have anything to do with it, because some of my favorite Pokemon games are, you know, old school 8-bit sprites.
Yeah.
Like, so the graphic stuff doesn't. I don't think I'd want to see that in Pokemon. I don't want to see a realistic Venusaur, because it would look probably disgusting. Like I like what it is for what it is. Like I said, the glitches and stuff I could see, but I don't think I've ever really wanted it to be like realistic.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going so much more for realistic. I'm thinking more of the games compared to other Switch games like Breath of the Wild and stuff. Breath of the Wild looks amazing, and that's not realistic. And for the longest time, I was thinking it was the assumption that Game Freak just can't make a game like that. They're incapable. But you see other companies doing it with the same hardware. And now Game Freak has showed, hey, no, we can make a game that looks this great.
Yeah.
So I think it just makes me question of like, why doesn't these Pokemon games look even greater? And, you know.
It might be one of those things where it's also like, we don't have to.
Yeah.
We're going to sell.
They're going to buy it anyways.
And millions and millions. People are going to buy it, whatever. But, yeah.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Question number 4. Do you think serious genre games, for example, Last of Us, God of War, Uncharted, beat out more whimsical, family-friendly style games like the Mario's, Animal Crossing, and Pokemon?
So I think it's easier for people to automatically assume that. Like I even do it to a degree where like people are like, oh, is it going to be Hades 2 for Game of the Year, or is it going to be Expedition 33? And it's like, you can't put that over Expedition 33. It's a dungeon crawler. There's no way that it could be that. It can't live up to what this game gives you on all levels. So I kind of do that myself a little bit too when I see certain things nominated.
Yeah. Because I know there's like, you know, Mario 64 is one of the greatest games of all time, but I think it gets overshadowed by like Last of Us is an achievement, and it looks, and the story is so, but then you might be like, yeah, but I had way more fun with Mario 64.
Yeah.
But that's a better game. But then it's like, why is it a better game if you had more fun with it?
Look at Ocarina of Time. The Metacritic score is higher than any game you can think of. Last of Us 1, Last of Us 2, God of War 2018, Ragnarok, Uncharted, any of the Souls games. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like a lot of people are probably like, hey, I can see it from both sides though.
I figured I'd mention it because when I see a lot of people's top 10s, some like Nintendo stuff gets left out for whatever reason, and you know, and I always assume that it's just, you know, just like movies. I think serious drama movies maybe outweigh comedies when it comes to greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
But we might like comedy better, and we might put Step Brothers above a lot of things. So.
Yep.
All right. Cool take on that. Number 5. Do you think video game TV/movie adaptations are needed?
No, they're fun. I don't think I've ever seen anybody that's really killed it. I mean, like if I'm thinking about it, like the best ones are probably like the most recent Mario animated movies. Like
Yeah.
The Last of Us show was okay, but all it leaves me doing is because in my heart, the game is the ultimate source.
Yep.
You're making a show off of a game, so like it needs to be okay. Twisted Metal, super fun because you get to see, but it doesn't make sense because it's like in the game you're just killing each other. In this, there's like characters are getting along, they're moving around. Fallout, super fun.
Yeah.
I think Fallout's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Fallout's one of the ones that might work.
Fallout like kind of does like an original story in that world, you know. Unlike Last of Us, who's just retelling the story. So it's like we've kind of already seen this in a better format, which is video games.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. I think if it's a video game first, you chose the perfect format to do it.
Yep.
I know Expedition 33 is like, you know, rumors to have like a TV show or a movie coming out. I'm like, why? We've already seen the perfect way it could be told through a video game. So, all right, cool. Number 6. This one I'm pretty interested to ask you. Do you think couch co-op is a dead style of gaming? And do you feel like companies know this? That's why they're being more innovative with games such as Split Fiction, It Takes Two, and the upcoming Orbitals. You know, it's a co-op game, but you know it's clearly different than normal couch co-ops of like split screen and like, hey, have some friends over. So you think that style is kind of dead and run its course at this point?
I mean, for me personally, I'm always going to make it work. You know how we are here. We have people over sometimes, and that's what I've grown up on. Yeah. I prefer it to online play. You know, there's nothing better than playing games with your friends. I've had just as much fun on some of these couch co-op games than I have, you know, the Golden Eyes, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers. Like all that stuff is way more fun in person, on the couch, creating memories with people.
But do you think the companies see it as that? Because we don't get a lot more of those games.
I think certain companies do. I think Nintendo is always going to stick true to try to keep that going on. They make their games to where that's still a thing. There aren't many PlayStation games where it's like, hey, come over, I'm going to fire up the PlayStation and we can play whatever.
Yeah.
Like you need to have multiple TVs, multiple consoles to do that stuff. Like playing me and you bringing your TV and console over and us playing Overwatch in my living room isn't the same as firing up one system, each of us grabbing a controller and playing through. But I do think some do, but I think PlayStation and Xbox, I feel like it's not really their wheelhouse, so they don't really need to, so they just don't. I mean, they have good success when they do it with some of the games you've mentioned.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to answer the question, I feel like some companies probably do feel that way, and a lot of people probably do feel that way. A lot of people feel like that's something you grow out of when you mature.
Yeah.
And you know, you're doing less of that, and you know, you have less time, so you're just going to game online from home.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Fair answer. All right. Number 7. This is another interesting one that I wanted to ask you. Name me a game that you think someone who has fallen out of love with video games could pick up and rejuvenate their passion for gaming again. This is kind of difficult because, like you said, Final Fantasy VII isn't for everybody, but like, you know, maybe somebody who just, you know, oh man, I was super into video games when I was younger.
So I guess it would depend on the demographic. If it's somebody who's experienced in gaming, and like
let's say they're an all-rounder. They played RPGs, sports games, horror games, but they're just having a hard time nowadays. What do you think would be a perfect game?
Assuming that they haven't played the game that I'm mentioning, I would have to go with probably The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I feel like you're playing a movie. You're playing a movie that everybody, if that was a movie first, everybody would be like, that's a great movie. Yeah. I feel like Last of Us is probably, and then if they can make it far enough to get into the second one, it really gets crazy. So like, I feel like that would be, you know, a good place. Or if you can handle something like that, maybe Resident Evil 9.
Yeah. That's a good one. I had in mind Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't take long to like really get into
I wanted to do that, and I did. I was gonna say that or Procopia, but I wanted to steer away from from Nintendo for a minute. So
Yeah.
I went the opposite route.
All right, good answer. Last of Us, you know. All right. Question number 8. With GTA right around the corner, you can see from the trailers that we're going back to the lavish city life. They also had a more Western setting with Red Dead Redemption 2. Where would you like to see Rockstar head next? Do you want them to spend so many games with, GTAs, the cities, obviously it's Grand Theft Auto, so there has to be some auto that you're Grand Thefting. But Red Dead did so well with changing the setting as a Western. Like, do you want to see them go crazy and give us a space game or give us an underwater game?
I honestly feel like with where I'm at currently with playing Black Flag, I feel like you can't go wrong with another open seas game.
Like a pirate
Give
game
a pirate
from
type
Rockstar?
game, even if you do like make it like a more. I don't know if you've ever seen like Waterworld. You can make it more like a post-apocalyptic thing where like the
like
world
Mad Max, but
you're forced to be on the ocean because maybe the all the icebergs melt, the world gets flooded, and this is how we
Yeah.
live now. I love the ocean. I love the water. I love pirate stuff. I love the seas. I feel like that'd be a pretty cool opportunity for them.
That's good. As we said, we didn't go over these, so I wasn't expecting that answer. And their water mechanics look so amazing.
Yeah.
Like Red Dead
They'd
and
kill it.
everything. Yeah, that'd be really
And the
interesting.
Easter eggs they have could probably be pretty crazy.
Also, rumor mill. I don't know if this is true or not. Off topic a little bit. I heard rumors that FromSoft might be going towards a piratey next game, which sounds cool because there's always been like a hub, so maybe the pirate ship can be a hub. So maybe they'll beat Rockstar to it. But all right, number 9. Do you think Ocarina of Time can succeed as well as the original if they keep it as linear as the original? Obviously, we're used to their massive open worlds in Zelda games now. Do you think people will still consider it a masterpiece if they steer away from the open world that we're used to now and have a more linear thing? Now, keep in mind, we know Ocarina of Time wasn't like super linear. Like you had like the main big like Hyrule field, but then it kind of branched out a little bit. But it's definitely a sand and a whole beach, compared to Breath of the Wild. So do you think it can still be that masterpiece that somebody who's never even played it will now consider it a masterpiece still if they do the linear thing?
So my short answer is absolutely yes. The long form answer is like this is something I'm not going to get too political about or go too deep into because we can save it for another show. But I really do feel like, and this sounds crazy for the price we pay, I feel like some games are really too long.
Yeah.
I feel like you give me 20 to 25 hours, that's more than enough. I don't need an open world game where it's going to take me 90 hours to explore it because I haven't played every game in the world. I want small doses of something, keep my attention, and I have a backlog. So like I wouldn't want them to go too open world and add way too much stuff. I would enjoy it if they did.
Yeah.
But I want it to feel like an Ocarina of Time remake. I don't want it to feel like an Ocarina of Time rebuild. Yeah. I don't want it to be like, oh, we never got to go out into the desert here. Oh, we never got to climb these mountains. Like I don't want to do that. Yeah. I want them to expand a little bit on what they did, fine tune it, kind of like they did with my showcase game, Rebirth. Add more to what was already there, and just keep it kind of simple.
Yeah, and I think my biggest thing is like I want people to love it as much as we do, and I feel like so many people are used to like the newer games and they haven't played the originals, so it's like, man, they're going to divert people if they make it as close to the original. But we'll wait and see. I can't expect somebody to play if it's a 1-for-1 remake and still not think it's a masterpiece.
Right.
But all right, this was an interesting one that I wanted you to answer. Question number 10: if you could take one Nintendo property and they said, "Hey, this property is yours. We will do whatever you want to it. If you want us to make it a horror game or this or that, whatever Nintendo property, what Nintendo property are you picking?" Now, I figure you can go one of two ways. You can go one that you really love, or you can go a Nintendo property that needs help and you can have some good ideas to throw in there and make it like a great game.
So I have an honorable mention and I have an answer. Okay. My honorable mention is Splatoon.
Okay.
I feel like if Nintendo could really get their online play together like PlayStation and Xbox has, Splatoon could be amazing.
Yeah.
It really could. I have a lot of fun playing it for what it is. but there's a
Uh-oh.
cat
Uh-oh.
guest star.
Guest appearance. The kitty. Itachi.
So Itachi down. So I really do feel like they could do a lot with that. But my actual answer is going to be Luigi's Mansion. I was thinking about this laying in bed the other day. I was watching some scary movies, and I was just thinking, like, Nintendo can have Resident Evil Requiem. They can be the originators of Resident Evil 4. Why can't Luigi's Mansion just be a little more scary? It doesn't have to be gory. It doesn't have to be killing or brutal. Make it a little more scary. Make these ghosts not dressed up like clowns and not making funny sounds and not, like, being so cartoony and fun. Like, make some literal scary things in the game, and I feel like they could go a long way with that.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I love the original, so
Yeah.
I didn't get to play 2 or 3, but all right, Luigi's Mansion, sweet. Number 11, this one isn't so thinky. I just want your opinion kind of on it. How do you feel about the buttonless controller that PlayStation is coming out with? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I didn't know if that was real or not. I just kept scrolling past it. I'm like,
I do.
It's absolute. It's nonsense. It takes away from the feeling of being a gamer.
Yeah.
How many times have you hit something on your phone and your touchscreen and you're just like, God damn it! Like,
Yeah.
I hit that. What are you doing? Your screen's scrolling. You're not trying to. You take away our physical discs. You're taking away our buttons.
Our physical buttons.
What are we doing now? So I don't know. I didn't read enough to know if that was something that was real or just speculated. But terrible idea.
Yeah.
Can we at least get a petition for that? If you're not going to listen to us about the physical discs,
put buttons on there. It costs less money. Less technology. Just do it. Make the exact same controller. This controller is damn near flawless. Yeah. Change a little bit about it, make it a little bit different, and keep it the same. Stop trying to, a lot of these people try to reinvent the wheel. What you're doing is fine. Just make cool games.
I think that question pushed a few of your buttons.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I mean, I did go into a little bit of research, and it does look like they're getting a patent for it. So obviously, there's probably plans to make it. Maybe that's their, we're going so advanced.
I'm going to be honest with you that the physical disc thing has me like 50-50 on whether I want to keep going down this road. I think if they do that, it'll cement the fact. I'll get the last Kingdom Hearts before it goes in. There's nothing I really need to follow PlayStation around for anymore.
I feel like they're on like a future wave of like all digital, no buttons.
Yeah.
It's a futuristic controller. I wouldn't be surprised if they're getting the patent for that now to try to release it with like the PS6.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're not going to.
The future.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
But yeah, all right. I mean, the images look cool, but yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Give me my buttons. Number 12. This is an interesting one. Do you think nostalgia plays a huge part in where we rank games? And do you think we're hesitant to put newer games in our top 10s because of it? And I have Expedition 33 down there because I think it's still kind of fresh, but I still look back to Expedition and think, dude, that was such an amazing game. But we have so much nostalgia for these older games. Could it be better than Ocarina or Final Fantasy VII? And it's getting overlooked because of the nostalgia factor.
So I think nostalgia plays a factor in like everything in your life. Sometimes I just sit back and think about how much I wish things were the way they were. Like I feel like they were better. Things were better when they were less. Things were better when they weren't as advanced. Like cell phones. We can do everything on our cell phones. We're recording these videos on our cell phones.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot. Like
but do you think that put blinders on for us a little bit?
A little bit for me. Like Ocarina of Time is never not going to be in my top 3. I don't care what games you make. It's cemented there. Final Fantasy VII is cemented there. Expedition 33 was a masterclass. It was something that it combined things that we've seen a little bit of in different games and perfected it in one game. I have no problem putting new games way, way, way up there. But I'm also going to give flowers to the games that I love from the past.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I feel like I kind of knew your answer on that one. But I was just thinking like, man, there's probably like so many games that we just like, we don't turn a blind eye to, but it would be hard for them to take our tops because of the nostalgia. And now I was wondering how much does nostalgia like blind us from other games. So that's
Yeah.
kind of where I was going with that. All right, I like this one. So this is kind of like a one-word answer for each one of these, but it is, what is one specific thing you want out of these three genres of games? So I will go one by one, and then you just give me like one thing that relates to games. Like you could say soundtrack or story or battle system, whatever. So my first one is horror. What is one thing out of a horror genre game that you want from a horror game?
Can it be something that I want less of?
Sure.
Puzzles.
Less puzzles? Okay.
I don't want to do puzzles in a horror game. I want to
Yeah.
run from scary shit, and I want to
Yeah.
find my way around in the dark. Stop giving me puzzles. In no situation when I'm running from a ghost am I going to have to find matching postcards and put them together. I don't want that
Yeah.
shit. I know Resident Evil's built on that. Everybody doesn't have to do it. Do your
Yeah.
own thing. Like, just
Yeah.
do your own thing.
That's
If I
fair.
had to pick something positive, I would probably say music. How epic is some of the music in some of the horror movies we watch? Some of the music really sets the tone for you to be on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
I feel like horror games do that a little bit. They use sound effects more. If they had like really killer soundtracks to like really like make you think something's gonna happen and doesn't, or lead up into something that really scares the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's good. And it's crazy too because I think I was watching some other YouTubers and they were going off of like top 10 best soundtracks in video games, and I don't think you would ever be able to guess number one, but somehow it was Silent Hill 2, and I was just like blown away.
A lot of people give
Like-
that Chrono Trigger. Like Chrono Trigger was
Yeah.
made on a Casio keyboard.
Yeah, those are good, but it's like, have you guys not heard Ocarina's like music? Have you guys not heard, any Final Fantasies? Like, and I know we're biased, but like,
Right.
it's just crazy. All right, so one specific thing from an RPG that you need out of that one RPG game.
This is going to sound crazy. Maybe it's because I'm getting older and I'm losing patience or something, but I feel like I know that part of the game is leveling up, but I feel like there's too much of that. Like I don't want to make all these answers gripes, but like if you're playing Last of Us, like yeah, you upgrade weapons and stuff, but you can plow through that game as is. You can go through the game. It's a 20-hour game, it's a 20-hour game. Like RPGs, you can't do that. You're going to hit a wall at some point, and then you're going to have to stop progressing the story, stay in this area. You're going to have to grind for hours. So like if you've got 4 hours to play a game on a Saturday because you're busy and you can only set aside 3 or 4 hours, you don't want to be grinding for 3 or 4 hours and then not progress the story. It's like a filler episode on a TV show. It's like, oh God, why is Naruto chasing this ostrich? They were just about to start the most epic battle of all time, and now I got to watch him find this cat. I don't want to do that. I want to get into the story.
So I think it's safer to say an RPG, you need good progression. You don't need something halting because of a level thing.
Smooth progression.
Yeah, like, enemies get slightly tougher, so you kind of level up with them as you go along.
I'd rather have to adapt my abilities or something like that than to have to grind and get stronger with my level.
All right. So horror music, RPG progression. Next one is, what do you need out of an open world game? What's one thing that you need from an open world game?
I'm going to tell you something, and this is a third gripe, and I'm really not trying to be like this. Every game doesn't have to have this niche item that you got to collect 100 million of.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to, every time I see a leaf on a tree that's different than the other one, I don't want to have to try to shoot it to make a Korok pop out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to, every time that there's a log that's a little different color than the other, I don't want to have to roll it down a hill to get a Korok to pop out or something like that. I feel like there's too much
with that,
extra stuff.
You kind of have to fill the world with something, right?
Yeah.
So, but I get it. I get your point. But imagine getting that final Korok and then you get the mighty golden poo, and then you can tell your friends about it.
So let me think of something that's a little bit better.
This is more so like, hey, this is an open world game that you're going to buy, but you needed to have this in order to, like something to make the world great, and that could be a lot of things. That could be transportation. Like it has to have a good transportation thing in there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like a lot of like the traversal sometimes. Some of these places, it's fast travel. I'd like something more unique than just click where you want to go and you pop up there.
Yeah. I think if I had to think of an answer, I think maybe I just thought of something, and that would be like rewards. You know, like if I have a huge open world and I see this giant mountain, I want something cool for climbing that giant mountain, you know? And like, or give me like a hard task that I gotta maneuver through to get this item that once I get it, it's kind of like the Gallahorn in Destiny. Like, dude, you got the Gallahorn?
Yeah.
Like people know what you went through to get that, you know? That'd be a cool little thing for open world.
That's cool.
But all right, but this is not my questionnaire. So, question 14, we're reaching somewhat the end of this. What can instantly kill the momentum of a game for you? So say you're playing a game,
man.
it's, going well. What instantly can happen for you? Just be like, man, I know you just kind of brought up the leveling up system things that might be in your mind. But
I can come up with something good for this because
right.
I'm just going to think of what does it for me. I'm going to be honest because this is happening a little bit now. It's the same reason I kind of put Red Dead down for a little bit. These side quests, man.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm going in the right direction, and it's like, we need you here, hurry. And it's like, I don't want to save this chicken. I don't. I don't. So you can give me $4. I don't want your $4. I just want to keep going. I don't want all of these distractions. I really do. Because of time constraints, I really do want to just progress through a game and not be hindered by things like that. And that's one of those things where it's like, man, can we just get to the story? I really don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want this to, to pop up and have to be a damn problem. So I would probably guess some games have way too many side quests.
Yeah, and I think it's all about like the storytelling too. It's like, Witcher 3 has some amazing side quests that make the game even better. But I think you get so many games that just recycle the same ones of like, oh, I lost this. Can you go find it? Or, oh, I haven't found my dad. Can you go find my dad? Like, so we get used to recycle, like, oh, here we go with this side quest again. But I feel like if they had better side quests in games.
Yeah, like if you find the kid's dad and then later on the kid's dad becomes rich and rewards you handsomely, or if you're in trouble and they bring him in as part of the story and he saves you, remembering that you saved him, like if you can tie it in and make it cool, like that works.
This isn't a side quest, but it reminds me of the dog for Resident Evil 4. Like a little side note of like, if you save the dog, he comes back later and helps you. So. All right, man. So we made it to number 15. This one I kind of wanted to make a more personal question, being the last question. Do you feel like you are as enveloped and excited or even more excited about games now as an adult than you were as a kid? Or do you think you were more excited back then? It's a little bit easier now because we got grown-up money, so now we can buy any game that we want, But, has the excitement kind of dialed down a little bit for you?
I can look at it two ways. One way, as a kid, I feel like you don't appreciate stuff as much.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, you're expected to get things because you're a kid. As an adult, it's kind of like I work so many hours. I'm doing sports with the kids. I have so many things going on in my life. I'm so busy. Sitting down and playing a game for 4 hours feels different. It feels like my reward for like doing what I need to do to get through life. It's an escape now. Like if I'm having a really bad day, I can throw a game on and take my brain away from that. Like you never used games as therapy as kids. It was all strictly for fun. Like as an adult, I feel like video games help you through stuff. Like it really does. It's a reminder of our brother playing games that I used to think would be hard to play because he would want to play them and he'll never get to play them. Like that gives me like a sense of relief and stuff like that. So I definitely feel like it's different in that way. Like I appreciate it more because it has more actual value and meaning to me now than it did as a kid who just was like, I'm going to play the game. Me and my friends, we're going to have fun. We're going to turn it off and then leave. Like there's just a lot more value in that now as an adult.
Good answer, man.
Yep.
Sweet, man. Well, that's my 15 questions. Those were just, questions I thought up through the week, and I, was eager to hear your answers to them, and, just
maybe over the next few weeks, I'll come up with some questions for you, and we can run it back.
Yeah, all
right. So now I guess for this week's game.
Yep. I do not know what this game is, so I'll let you explain it, and go from there.
All right, so this week's game is, I'm calling it Category Countdown. I'm going to go from 5 to 1, give you a category for each number. So for 5, I need you to rapid fire. You don't have a whole lot of time to think. Give me the first 5 things that come to your mind. Not just thinking, but things that mean something to you as quickly as you can. The first 5 for that category. Then we're going to go 4, 3, 2, and then 1. All right? You got it? So
I think I understand. Let's do an example.
Like if the first one was number 5, video game vehicles. You name off the 5 video game vehicles that come to your mind when I say video game vehicles.
Okay, and then number 4 would just be
Would be
4
of that
answers.
item, and then 3 answers, and then 2, and then 1.
Okay.
Each one is a different category. So the 5 is not vehicles.
Okay.
5 is video game heroes, the protagonists. 5 of them that come to mind.
Just straight off the top of my head.
Yep, 5 that
All
come
right.
straight to your mind.
Straight off the top of my head, I think Sora. I was thinking Cloud. I was thinking Master Chief, Kratos, and for some reason Ellie. Ellie got in there.
Oh man, well we put in Ellie over Mario. I don't know how this happens.
You said first thing that came to mind. I think I started to go down to like a PlayStation thing, and then that just. I'm sorry.
All right, 4 is video game villains.
Oh, Sephiroth was the first one that came to mind. For some reason, you said Mario, so now I'm thinking of Mario. Now I'm thinking Bowser. Oh man. I know it's not a main villain, but now I'm going back to Halo, and I'm thinking of the elites. They would just pop up with the plasma sword. Oh, what am I thinking of now? Oh, now I'm thinking of Dark Souls stuff. Now I'm thinking of the Nameless King. One of the coolest freaking names, by the way. Nameless King. We still don't know his name. His name could be Bob.
That's
that
4.
was just 4.
Yeah, that's 4. So 3, we're going to go with video game weapons.
Oh, lightsabers are in video games, right?
I'll take it.
All right, lightsaber, needler, and keyblade.
All right. Number 2 is consoles, video game consoles.
Now, I'm just thinking of the first thing that comes to mind here. So, for whatever reason, I thought of PS5, and then I think the PS5, I was thinking it was white, and then I thought of the Wii. So, I don't know why I thought of the Wii, but that's what I got for you.
All right, the last one, you can take a couple seconds to think about this one.
All right, good.
It's important.
Good.
Video game franchise. One video game franchise.
I mean, it's the first one that comes to mind, right?
Yeah.
I thought of Resident Evil.
Oh, that was quick. Yeah, so that wasn't technically a game. It was just something I thought would be fun. I was thinking of different things to do to rapid fire it off. Because then after you do it, you're like, how do I leave people off?
I know I'm going to look back, but you said first thing that came to mind, so I wanted to keep it true. So, those were the first things that came to mind. They're not the best. I'm not saying they're the best, but, it is what it is. Yep. So,
all right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be back next week.
Yep.
With some more stuff. We have another game that we have lined up.
Yeah.
Another topic. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
See you guys.